the origins of the Pied Piper.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the Pied Piper of Hamelin is a legend.
Hamlin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is a legend from Germany, dating back to the 1200s, which is way further back than I thought it was. So, have you heard of this fairy tale before?
It's a guy who plays. Isn't it like a pan flute?
A pipe of some sort.
A pipe. He plays the bagpipe, and he like lulls people away to follow him, or kids, or something.
Close. Yeah.
Okay.
He's carrying a pipe of some sort, and he does lull some things away.
Okay.
So let me paint the picture for you.
Please do.
So let's go back. The year is 1284. The town of Hamelin is struggling. Rats are everywhere, in homes and food in the streets, and the people are desperate to get rid of them. Mm-hmm. Then one day, a man appears wearing bright, unusual clothes and carrying a pipe.
Okay.
He makes an offer. Pay me, and I'll get rid of the rats for you. And the whole town agrees. So he begins to play his pipe. A strange, hypnotic melody fills the streets, and something unbelievable happens. The rats start to follow him. Out of homes, out of alleys, out of the entire town, he leads them all the way to the river, and they drown. Just like that, the problem is gone. But then, the man returns for his payment.
Ooh.
And the whole town refuses to pay him. They downplay what he did, and they don't want to give him his due. So the piper leaves, but not forever.
Okay.
He comes back, this time with no bright colors on, no cheerful look, and he simply takes his pipe and begins to play.
Oh, no.
But this time, it's not rats who follow him, it's the children.
Oh, no.
One by one, they step out of their homes, drawn by the sound, and they follow him out of the town, into the mountains, and are never seen again. So, what's interesting about this is it may not be just a fairy tale.
Okay.
There are real historical records from Hamelin that mention around 130 children disappearing with no clear explanation as to why or how. And the funny thing is that part of the story was recorded before the rat part was added.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Christina.
Yes.
Do you think that this story is meant to teach a lesson or to hide something that may have really happened to these children?
Oh, man. I mean, I could go real conspiratorial if you wanted, but
Yeah, give it to me.
I don't know. I think that most fables, legends are for a purpose or a moral teaching. You know, like Aesop's fables were all about, kind of teaching people how to be good and moral. So there could be, you know, in this story, like if you hire somebody to do something, make sure you pay them.
Yeah.
Kind of like good karma, bad karma idea. You reap what you sow. But I do find it interesting that the story began with this guy that led, allegedly, children away into the mountains, and then the rat part followed. And so, I don't know, I was thinking that there was something to do with the pan pipe, which I think is in like Greek mythology.
Right.
Where that music will kind of lull you into a stupor.
Yeah.
And so that's why I thought of that. So I wonder if there's any connection there of being lulled away or drawn away.
Like symbolically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard with stories that are like 800-900 years old to be like,
Totally.
to look up what was reported in the news back then. But that is interesting that there are recorded stories of a guy with a pipe playing it and children following him.
Yeah. Well, there's a recorded story of 130 children missing, not necessarily the man with the pipe
just missing.
or the rats. Yeah. So,
maybe it was a way to like explain away like why these children went missing.
that's what some people think.
Or kind of with the Gryla, the Icelandic troll, how parents would be like, if you're not good around Christmas, the troll is going to come and get you because she's done that before and ate the children.
Totally.
Maybe it was a way of being like, if you're not good, somebody's going to come and take you away, just like those 130 kids that disappeared. So it could be kind of a story told
To children.
as a way to, make them be good.
Yeah. Do you think there's any spiritual element behind the record of 130 children just going missing?
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you think that they could have been led away by some force? Do you think there's more truth to this, the way the story is told, than not?
I don't know. I would imagine more so it's like 130 kids got kidnapped for nefarious purposes, and we just kind of added that to it.
Totally.
But I'd have to study more kind of the history of it. But you tell me your thoughts on it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of theories about it. You've named a couple of them. The darker possibilities are abduction, cult-like influences, or something that's intentionally covered up by a government of some sort. There's also the theory of migration. So children and young people were led away to new lands to better prosperity. Maybe the crops were better on the other side of the mountain, and the young
left
people
their family.
left. Totally.
How young are these people? Like, I'm imagining them being like 8 years old.
So some people theorize that they were actual children, and some people theorize that they were young, like late teenagers.
Okay.
Who could have crossed the mountains and started families together. There's also the disease theory. So maybe the rats are symbolic.
Black plague. Yeah, it was around that time.
Like it was a plague. And maybe there was an accident, like a tragedy. Like 130 kids were all on a Sunday school trip, and boom, bam, bus got flipped over, or whatever the equivalent of a bus was.
Bus was 800 years ago.
A huge wagon got flipped over. And that's how it could have happened. But nobody really knows. 130 kids went missing. It's recorded historically, and nobody really knows. There's a colony. It's a similar story to a colony that went missing after the New World or America was discovered.
Okay.
One of the people who was a settler here left back to England with the intention of coming right back to his family in this new colony. I think it may have been in one of the Carolinas.
Okay.
That was being set up, and his daughter and his wife were there. He left, and ended up a war broke out. He wasn't able to get back to America for 3 years, and by the time he got back, the whole town was gone. No dead bodies.
Heard of that.
Yeah, no sign that anything was set on fire. It's simply the dwellings were dismantled, and everybody was gone. And there was like a word or something. It's like catamade or something like that. But this is similar in that we don't really know if those people in that colony just moved.
Right.
And they're like, he died at sea. We're going to move 2 states away and live our lives. And that could have happened here, where the children just decided, we're young adults, we're going to move. Or it could have been like natives of some sort carried them off, or it could have been a Pied Piper.
Right.
We really don't know.
Yeah. I was thinking of like gypsies. Kind of gypsy clans that would travel through, and they would, kids would run away to join the gypsies.
Yeah.
Be a part of circuses and stuff. So something to that. But I do know there's a saying called there's a saying like, we'll have to pay the piper. Or you're going to have to pay the piper. And it's said in the connotation of like, kind of like
owning up to a mistake.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like almost like you made a deal with the devil kind of a thing, and you're going to have to pay your dues sometime.
Okay.
Like, you got to pay the piper, as like you made a bad decision or a bad deal, and you're going to have to like reap the consequences of it, is often how it's said. So it's interesting, the connection to this story. The piper wasn't paid, and he's like, well, I'm going to take your kids then. Yeah.
And some people, I mean, the biggest moral of the story could also be just don't be dishonest.
Yeah.
Like, don't make that mistake in the first place so you don't have to pay the piper.
Right. I wonder why they wouldn't just pay the piper.
No idea.
Yeah.
The story says they downplayed what he actually did for them. And so it was probably a village of not good people.
Right.
Village of very dishonest people in the first place.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, crazy little story,
I didn't know
right?
that there was any connection to like a historical precedent for it. So very cool.
So it could have been a little scary story built around an actual historic incident, or maybe the kids wrote it themselves. You know, they grew up and 130 of them decided to start a new town and they wrote a story about themselves just to mess with people.
Wow.
But who knows?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a great legend.
Thank you.